Hey everybody, welcome to your favorite show. This is episode 23 of Dirty 30s. I'm Brandon. With me is my friend, partner in crime, partner in life, Josh. He's drinking out of a ashtray or something. I don't know what he's doing, but
This is
hey,
not an ashtray. This is a nice glass. I'm having a nice cocktail tonight, hence you starting the show. So continue
that's
while
right.
I
You
drink.
know what my grandma would call that? She'd call that a highball glass. You having a highball?
Yeah, absolutely. Highball rocks glass. I'm having an adult beverage tonight because I've decided that after 5 months of not drinking, it'd be a good idea to start again. So
Does this have anything to do with a certain occasion coming up on Sunday that only happens once a year, makes you older? Anything to do with that?
yeah, if you're referring to my annual inaugural trip around the sun, yes, that will be next or this Sunday,
On
and
Sunday, yeah. I know better
yeah,
than you. Jesus Christ.
I'm trying not to think about it. I'm trying to pretend it's not going to happen. Ever since I turned 30, I've pretty much backed off on paying attention to my birthdays a little bit, and this one, it's like the beginning of the midlife crisis, I think. So
Well,
that's not why I started drinking. I just
no,
want
no.
to.
Because you haven't drank since like Christmas, right?
Right. I was doing just a science experiment and not drinking and that kind of stuff. And I never had a drinking problem. I'm not one of those that needs a drink. I never drink by myself. And technically, I'm not drinking by myself because you're here with me.
Yes. That's what drunks say when they're sitting in front of the TV watching Survivor. Well, I got goddamn Jeff Probst drinking with me, so I'm not alcoholic, you know.
You know what? That's why the show Cheers was so popular, is because people could watch it by themselves and drink and feel like they're drinking with their favorite characters on TV, so they wouldn't feel like an alcoholic.
Well, that's it's good trivia. It sounds like trivia that the mailman would have, Cliff Clavin.
Absolutely. I made that up. I have no idea. There's no scientific backing on any of
I don't.
that.
I don't think so. What's scientific about you not drinking? Is it like a biological experiment, or is it a emotional experiment? Like what's going on here?
All the above. I was doing biological to see the effects on the human body and that kind of stuff. And I'm all about supplements and all that kind of thing. So I wanted to eliminate alcohol so it wouldn't deter from everything else. And then it's a psychological experiment, sociological experiment of how you can go out in public and not drink and how you can socialize and that kind of thing. And then just for my own psyche. Like I said, I don't have any vices when it comes to drugs and alcohol, so it's not like I had a problem. But no, screw it. Let's just have a drink.
This is all good dialogue for the intervention portion of the movie that I'm writing right now. So all the lines that you're saying just goes right back into it. Right back into it. I'm going to recycle all of them.
That's the beauty of the show. Is like we can, it's like our writing sessions and we're recording it, so we can go back and pick up all the good stuff.
Well, hey, perfect segue because I tell you what, I've got a challenge for us. Not a challenge. I've got an idea for us. So I don't know if you get emails every time like Circles gets more followers and people watching or something like that, but I sure do. And today, kid you not, at least 120 emails just of new people following Circles on Google Plus. Um, and I looked at, skimmed through most of them, and the majority of them are from India. So Circles is quite popular in India. Dare I say the most popular web series in the entire country of India. And there's what, a billion people? India, probably? Something like that? I don't know. So that being said, we've got a huge following in India now. This is probably just the start, Who knows? 2 days, 7 weeks from now. We need to write an episode 8, where we go to India, kind of cash in on this newfound popularity. It's culture clash, but we can kind of see what the characters are up to. What do you think about that?
Okay, first things first. You're the tech guy, so should I be worried that we've acquired a giant virus through any of our circles things to get that many emails from a different country that is a tech-savvy country as far as we farm out all of our menial tasks, as far as tech support and things like that to India? Should I be worried?
I would be. I mean, each one of them came associated with another profile of another person with a whole bunch of. It's not like it were just fake profiles. You know, it wasn't like Twitter where it was just like an empty thing where it was a link to check me out on my webcam or something. This is just people who, you know, I look at what are the other things that they're, um, you know, following, like, um, sur- I don't know, Survivor, like reality shows and crap, and
So the
probably
real
do.
people is what you're
They,
telling
they
me.
look like, yeah, they look like they're real people, and
Okay.
they've got photo albums, they've got posts associated with their, you know, with their accounts.
All
So
right. So
I feel strong enough about it that there are real people out there, at least 120. I'm guessing like someone shared a link on some, you know, Indian social network back to our site or something, and hey, you know, it starts blowing up.
So
Feels
this phenomenon is real because it happened to me with the Gemini, where my music, it's on iTunes and Spotify and Rhapsody and all that, and I get my monthly list of all the plays, and then I get my check from ASCAP and all that, my copyright. And apparently, I'm huge in England. I've never been to England. The Gemini's never been to England, but I get a lot of plays in Europe and England, especially the neighboring countries. So I can buy into this phenomenon that circles did get picked up in India, and people love us.
Yeah, and you know, UK things that are popular in UK also popular in India. India was a British province, I believe, something like that. I don't know. I'm not good with European geography.
For
But
history.
what I am, well, hey, if you want to know about how Boy Meets World did in the ratings overseas, I can tell you that. But hey, man, an episode where you, well, Noah, Lucas, and old Tyler, for some reason, have to go to India.
I already got it figured out. So, for all you fans out there that remembers how Circles ended at the reunion, and the Lucas character decided not to choose either of the girls and said his piece on the microphone and walked out, never to be heard from again, we got it. It's almost 10 years later, and Noah, who's now has short hair and has taken over the family business and traveling overseas, is on a mad hunt to find his buddy Lucas, who, after a year or two after the reunion, disappeared. And through his travels, Noah has found himself in India, of all places, because of work and a hot lead that Lucas might be there. And then we stumble into some underground Bollywood kind of fighting den of debauchery, and we find Lucas there with a giant beard, and he's like now running the show of some underground mafia or something.
That's 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 one take on it. My thought was that Lucas was a travel agent, so he had to go over to India. Like he had to go over to India to check some things out, and then uh, he got
That's how
stuck
he
over.
got there. That's the
Yeah,
story.
yeah, he
That's how
got
he
stuck
got
over there because
there.
like nobody uses travel agents anymore because he used Orbitz or, you know, like the internet. So he went to pick up his ticket to come home, but old Honey, his boss, business folded, so she didn't even bother sending him a ticket. So he's stuck over there. You grab Tyler because Tyler's got money and he's, you know, he's a world traveler. He's been to Prague, you know, supposedly, and you know, let the excitement begin. It's like Darjeeling Unlimited, except for like with the three of us. Good times. And you know what? It's like Karate Kid 2. Karate Kid 1, you know, they set it up and, you know, he learns his lessons and stuff, and Elizabeth Shue is like cheering for him. And then as soon as Karate Kid 2 starts, oh yeah, Elizabeth Shue, she's gone. She's banging some UCLA football player. He goes meets Komiko, or what was her name? Something like that. In in uh in Karate Kid 2.
Well,
Where,
this has
where did
nothing to do with Karate Kid 2 whatsoever, but I'm glad that we referenced that because that's a great movie. It's a continuation of the first.
it's that because like you just completely drop the love interest from the first one, and it's like, oh, we've got this foreign love interest, and then like,
What do you
oh, we're
expect? They're high school kids. he fought in December. They dated till May, and they went to prom, and then she ditched him for a UCLA football player, and now he's got the summer off, and he needs some place to crash. Mom's going off to Fresno to be with the dying uncle and all that, and he doesn't know what to do. It's perfect sense. I mean, I didn't date my high school sweetheart after I graduated high school, so it makes sense.
Yeah, exactly, exactly. Why if his uncle's dying, this is his own flesh and blood. He doesn't go with his mom to go like visit his dying uncle. He goes to visit his building's mechanic's
Maintenance
dad,
man, yeah.
maintenance man. Yeah, his dad that he has no connection to. But hey,
But
dude,
Miyagi was more of a father figure to him anyway, his best friend father figure, so they're going to have that eventually. You know, they had to get the story going. They had 5 minutes to get the story going, and then they went. You know, that mailman if you watch it again, that mailman does a lot of exposition right there to get get the story going. So,
hey.
and then he just disappears from the scene. It's great. He just kind of just wanders off.
They don't even see
It's a
him
classic.
walking away. He just like
You
boom,
don't.
he's
He's
gone.
mid sentence, and Miyagi ignores him, and then the mailman's like, up, and he just disappears.
He's like the fat Cobra Kai from the Karate Kid 1. Just he's gone.
Yep.
We were setting up that they had all types of shapes and sizes. He's gone. Screw him. He got kicked in the stomach.
So I like the idea of the circles thing, but can we actually get a trip to India? Could we make that happen? I don't know if that is for to be seen, but I'm all for it, and I would like to tap into these guests or these new fans of the show, and maybe they'll put us up. Maybe we can do a trip out there, and they can all be in the show, and maybe we can bring one back with us to work for us. I mean, as for the storyline of the show or something. So.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, there's all kinds of possibilities, but frankly, we need to do a Bollywood dance number, of course. Yeah, I think you already said that, but yeah, there's just so much potential there. We've got the audience. We just need to put it on Kickstarter or something. It can't be that expensive, right? Getting back might be a problem, but we'll just like Lucas getting stuck over there, we'll find a way.
Maybe we won't come back. I don't know. Maybe we'll get jobs in Bollywood.
Maybe it would be well, I heard that like some of the like actors there, the very popular ones, are sort of managed by the mafia, and you make a bad move and you're kind of like never heard from again.
Yeah.
That would be
Well,
you. That would be you because
probably.
yeah.
Yeah.
Back now that you're back on the sauce, the old drinky poo, you might
I'd
tell
end
the
up.
wrong guy
I'd
the
end
wrong
up
thing.
like right, and I'd end up like being missing a finger or something.
Basically, everything bad from Hangover 2 would be what
Right.
happened to you in real life as we reenact Karate Kid 2 in India.
We can do Karate Kid 4 in India. Search for Miyagi.
Search for Miyagi's urn. Rest in peace. Well, he passed away.
Hopefully not.
There's no skirting that. We all know that.
Mm-mm.
We all know that.
Oh, yeah. Well, it's interesting. We should look more into this fans from India and see why all of a sudden we're hot. I mean, maybe they're starved for good television, and they stumbled across one of the greatest online shows, one of the first online cinema or episodic shows, and I don't
One of
know.
the first. Maybe they were watching our last show of Dirty 30s and like they heard us talking about like all the dirty sites we were making Paul look up, and then got involved, searched, found us that way, and then they're like, oh, well, what else do these guys do? Do they just look at dirty butthole sites or stuff, or do they make their own stuff? And they found circles and like, hey, share this with the their whole countryside, and then gosh.
Or maybe they think circles is some kind of porn thing. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe they put honest to goodness, there is a porn star who goes by the name Brandon Batista, same spelling and everything like that. I noticed this like when I had like a Google alert. I think we talked about this a long time ago, but perhaps they were searching for him, found me, and ergo the web series, and the rest is history. They're like, what? Hey. This is really funny, but when are they going to get nude and knock the
I mean,
boots?
the logo itself looks like a cock ring, so it's very possible.
This look like It does?
It has that circle, and it says circles on it. I don't know.
Are they usually like dented like around the corners and
I
yeah.
would think so. I don't know. So speaking of the Brandon Batista porn star, that means not literally but figuratively, you're screwed as far as joining SAG, because I'm sure he's probably already in SAG and he's already got your name.
No. Porno actors
So
don't join SAG unless
they
they're
have to.
like
If they make so much money, they have to.
I don't I think they have
That's how SAG works.
like a porno SAG, like saggy.
Where's the didn't didn't?
Dad jokes. Dad jokes are great.
Yeah.
No, I
What is your middle name?
A
A.
A for
So
Ariston. Yeah.
so
No,
Brandon
no. Hey man,
A. Batista.
I have got the IMDb name. Okay, so he doesn't have that. I don't think that this is a star by any means. I think he's a dude. This isn't one of those high class adult film stars. This is one of those like let's get a camcorder and film a bunch of guys doing their business, something like that. So
Yeah, but
I don't think he's
he made
organized.
money. He has to join SAG.
Well,
I'm just saying, if he had to
we'll
join
cross that
SAG,
bridge
he's got
when
the
we
name. You're
get
screwed.
to it.
IMDb means nothing.
Well, how dare you?
I think you should look it
7
up.
credits on IMDb. I think that makes me credible, more credible than an old guy in his boxers walking around holding his junk. That's the only picture I saw of him. He's like in his boxers and he's holding his package. And probably should have saved that link because I don't know. I didn't want to have to explain it if anyone found that link. But hey,
I think
you
you
know
should
what?
look up.
We'll
Look
make
yourself
Paul
up.
look it up. Let's make Paul look it
Yeah,
up sometime.
fair enough. Fair
Somewhere.
enough.
I think
So
I'd
from
be.
now on,
I could. Prove
now
it.
on, I'm calling you Brandon A. Batista,
If
like
you
BA. Why have you never told me that? You could have been BA a long time ago.
I don't let. Come
BA
on.
Batista. Come
Yeah.
on.
No,
Bad attitude Batista.
Hey.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, boy.
Yeah. So
Speaking of bad impression, do you remember the one trip we took to the casino one night where the whole ride there, it was like an hour's drive. The whole time we were in the casino and the whole ride back, we were doing what? Only talking as
Elvis Presley.
Elvis Presley.
The king,
Oh,
man.
yeah.
Oh, man.
It was like
those slot machines, brother. We just put our money in. Oh, just watch those chairs line up. Oh, man, this thing's huge. Look at this thing, man.
It was like the beginning of Swingers when they're talking about going to Vegas, except for all in Elvis. And not Elvis Presley, the actual person, mind you. The character that Nicolas
doing it
Cage
as Elvis.
played
Yeah.
in an SNL sketch, Tiny Elvis. Oh, man, look at that billboard up there. That's huge. Tiny E. Yeah.
It's a huge billboard, man. Look at that thing.
I've
Yeah.
never been
And
so exhausted
We stayed in character the entire time.
in character the
Never,
entire
not
time.
till you dropped me off, and I was like, all right, man, I'll see you later. And then, like, we talked to each other, like, the next day, and that was when we went back to normal. It was like 5 hours of Elvis Presley.
Nonstop. Yeah, and there was like one point on the ride home, and this is like 2, 3 in the morning. It's been silent for at least 15 minutes, and all of a sudden, oh man, I'm hungry. Look at this Denny's over there. Look at them pancakes on that billboard. They're huge.
They're huge pancakes, man.
Huge pancakes, man. I see that slice of bacon? I could use that as a slide, man. I could slide right down into that pancake.
Our impression's gotten a little awful.
It's yeah. I mean, who practices that anymore? Not me,
Mm.
but but you know what? By the end of the night, that's probably what we sounded like, except way lazier and way more tired.
Yeah, it was a lot of work.
I was thinking about that the other day. I was like, why the hell did we do that? Like, I think it was just like a game. Like, who could keep it up longer?
We were playing the Elvis slot machine, and that's how it happened. Like we didn't do it on the drive up there. We got there, we're playing, we saw the Elvis slot machine, threw a buck in, and then I started doing it.
And you
started
won.
doing
And we're
it.
like, and then
Yep.
like it was like spinning the wheels are going around. You're like, come on, baby, daddy needs a new pair of blue suede shoes, baby. It was like, and it just went from there. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, yeah, we
I think
won,
we
and
were playing
then
like the
then we
I Love Lucy slot machine or anything.
we tried playing Star Wars, and that didn't work for crap. So then we went
Oh
to
yeah,
Elvis, and it was because I won, and then we just kept doing it the rest of the night. Then like a
right.
waitress would come by, and be like, "Hey man, need another cocktail over here, mama." And yeah,
You got any peanut butter and nana sandwiches, Mama?
and they did not find it funny whatsoever.
No. Why would they?
Exactly. So,
We were a bunch of jerks. I do remember though, like I had won something and nobody would come to service my machine so that you could get the money out. So I had to stand on top of the machine and pretend like I was being rowdy so that people would come over to like stop this disturbance. And I was like, "Oh, hey, I'm glad you're here." But in Elvis voice. "Oh, man, this I got $25 coming to me off this big win, baby."
yeah, you had to. I mean, you waited a long time, and no one would come over. So then you started acting all ruckus, and that's what brought them over. That was funny.
It's the only way to do it, man.
God, that was a long time ago.
They're not gonna. This. It was your like 26th birthday or something like that, wasn't it?
I was gonna say, I think it was around my birthday, and that's why we went up there. We had nothing better to do, and it was my birthday, so we went up there.
Yeah, it was like 25
It
or
was, was
26.
it? Yeah, it was during when we were doing circles. It was ironically enough, it was when we were getting ready to do circles, and it was my
Was
birthday.
it?
So then, yeah, and we took off and went up there.
Oh man, so it must have been 2007, I guess.
Yeah, I think so.
Wow, man, I've known you for a long time. That's weird. You seem like
Yeah,
a
man,
long
we're
time,
old
but
as shit. It's crazy.
you're about to get older. Older in the calendar year and older like in your liver, like from all those highballs.
Yeah, I mean, this is only one. I mean, I'm easing back into this drinking thing. I don't think I hate that whole like, oh man, I don't have the stamina anymore and all that nonsense. It's like I don't want the stamina to be an alcoholic by any means. I just want to, drink a little bit and talk some gibberish and have some fun.
All right, man. Well, slam it
Yeah,
down and let's go.
yeah.
Go to
Sorry, I got a
India.
question for you.
Okay.
All right, so this week I had multiple conversations about such things, and I was going to ask you because it's easy for me because I'm a single dude and all that kind of stuff. But for you as a married guy, um, and you don't have to tell us. It'd be cool if you did. But like, okay, so the whole sexting thing, but more importantly, the whole Snapchat phenomenon. Okay,
Mm.
so
Mm.
like everyone knows, like Snapchat was made so that way people could send, nudie pictures and all that kind of stuff, right? And so I had Snapchat a while back, and no one ever sent me nudie pictures. People would send me the stupidest shit, and they would send me like pictures of their food and their drinks, like, oh, we're out, and it'd be like a picture of their drink. So like, I get a Snapchat and be like, oh, what's this gonna be? And then I click on it, and for 15 seconds, I'm looking at somebody's like guacamole and chips, and I just instantly got pissed. And so
Yeah.
after like a week of that, I was like, this is dumb, so I deleted it, and that's been that because I'm one of those like if you're gonna send a picture, nudie picture or not, just send it. It doesn't matter. And then more importantly for me, like I have no problem sending any kinds of pictures because 5 years ago I released an album where I'm naked on the front of it. I got nothing to hide. I really don't care. And so it's just kind of funny. So question for you is A, do you use Snapchat? And B, do you and your wife send risque pictures to each other?
I can tell you with 100% confidence that I have never sent nor received a risque picture on my phone. I don't know. It seems like something of a younger generation for me. Like I didn't get my first cell phone until like you know just before 9/11. It was I was past that phase probably. Like I don't know. Like the whole Snapchat thing to me it's like the difference between that and like Facebook Messenger or just regular texting or something. The novelty is that it like self-destructs after 15, 20 seconds, something like that, right? So my thing is like, okay, if I'm gonna send you pictures or messages, something like that, like I want to be able to look back at them. Like, why have them delete? Like, the only reason is for a nudie pic. So I've never downloaded Snapchat to begin with because, like, what's the point? I have, however, be- you're gonna laugh at this. So, um, my email gets used quite a bit. I've got a very popular name I just got my first initial last name uh, across several different email accounts, and people send me crap all the time, thinking that it's somebody else's, or like someone like Brenda Batista or Bertha Batista, like Benjamin Batista. They like when they go to sign up at the gym or sign up for like a free um, test drive of a car, something like that. They'll put my email address down and probably just like, well, they don't want to, they don't want to be followed up with or anything. So they put mine. So every day I get something like, thank you for activating Xbox Live. Thank you for, I got someone's tax returns, like from their inept tax preparer. But I got this. I guess it's a selfie of some family. I don't know if you can see this or not, but I don't know these people. But they send me. Can you see that?
Yeah, I can. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know who these people are, and they're just like sending me like, oh hey, we're gonna send you a picture of all of us, and I was like, I have no idea who these people are. So
And they sent it in an email.
they sent it as an email. No. They texted it to a Sprint PCS number that I have routed to my. So I think any message that I get sent to like my phone number at sprintpcs.com or whatever, it goes to my email. So I'm not sure how it got there, but can you imagine? I just like one morning woke up and like hit that. I was like, whoa, my God, who the hell are these people? They're just sending me these selfies. It didn't get a laugh out of you like I thought it would, but it's just this random like family. Hello.
Well, it was really random. I mean, did you respond to it? Did you be like, "Hey, good to see everybody. Now, who the hell are you?"
Yeah, no, I used to respond like in the beginning, be like, oh, hey, you must have the wrong email address. This is, something different. And then like people were jerks about it, so I just stopped. And frankly, it would take so much of my time just to do that because I get so many, like I get something every day, at least once a day, something intended for someone else. There's someone who is a janitor in San Antonio for an apartment complex, and I get emails like weekly saying, it's like, hey man, someone puked in the stairwell. You got to go clean that up. Why hasn't that been cleaned up? And for all I know, like they're not communicating with this person in real life. They're just sending these emails. He's not getting them. The puke's never getting cleaned up. This place is a filthy old, Texas apartment building.
That
Now
guy
my
probably got
problem.
fired. He never got his emails.
You know what? I will admit to one thing. This is kind of bad. This is out of character for me because I normally wouldn't stoop this low, but I got tired of this one lady who signed me up for everything. And when she was getting married, she went to a bridal show and she signed me up for tuxedos and cakes and just all kind places to have the reception. This is a lady in Chicago. And so I just get pissed because this one lady was the same email address or same name, same address. And so I finally got one that said, here is your reservation for your groomsmen's tuxedos. I was like, that's it. So I logged onto the website because, it's like, here's the link right in my email to click on it, access the account. I clicked on it, canceled all of the all of the tuxedos for their wedding 3 days before their wedding.
Oh no.
So I don't know what happened, but I haven't gotten
Oh.
any other. Is that bad? I mean, I feel like I don't know. If it was that important to you, use your own damn email
Yeah.
address.
Right. I mean, I don't care. I mean, screw them. But
I kind of want to find out. Like I mean,
yeah. I mean, I'm more like I don't care if it's good or bad. I just want to find out what happened.
I'm very curious as to what happened. I kind of want her to sign me up for another thing, and then I
Do you
can.
know the person? Do you know her name?
I do, yeah, yeah.
You
I
look
mean,
her up
I
on
don't know it
Facebook,
off.
and if there's any wedding pictures and like a bunch of women dressed up, and then like dudes like in mismatched like outfits,
They're wearing like fancy like tuxedo shirts with garbage bags over it, like
or like Dumb and Dumber, like orange and
yeah.
blue, yellow tuxedos.
Oh man, that's priceless. I should do that. I'll look her up.
So I had a similar experience recently. Is I use, I have a business number and that kind of stuff, and I had this number kept ringing into the business number, and I didn't know the number, and they never leave a message, and I was like, okay, whatever. Well, then one day they left a message, and it was like this old lady, and she's like, Brenda, I'm just calling to let you know that Uncle Tom ain't gonna need to go to the doctor tomorrow, so we'll talk to you soon. And I was just like, obviously she had the wrong number. But then like every day it was like a succession of calls from this old lady trying to call this Brenda chick. And obviously, she thought, my number was Brenda's number and that kind of stuff. And so I was right at the point where I was like going to call her and be like, look, you got the wrong number and that kind of thing. And instead I just blocked her. I just was like, block. I don't want to deal with it.
Aren't you curious as to how that turned out though?
Oh, I'm assuming that the medications didn't get picked up, and the uncle died, and it was a horrific experience for everybody. And no, I really don't care. It was like,
Would you feel bad if that was the actual case?
no, because the lady should have realized when she called my number, when the incoming message says "Thank you for calling Ortman Production Incorporated," that she wasn't calling Brenda. Just gonna throw that out there.
I guess, but man, the guy's life.
I don't think it was that severe. I'm hoping it was just antibiotics or just something. Maybe it was just medical marijuana. I don't know, but it was nothing life or death. Let's hope. And if he died because of her incompetence, then so be it. I mean, she called the wrong number. That's on her.
That's true. That's true.
It's not on my head. So.
But canceling tuxedos.
That's kind of bad. I ain't gonna lie.
That's way worse.
Way
worse.
Funny, but kind of shitty.
Because you've worked several weddings, and you know how people, how amped up and stressed people are out.
Absolutely.
The whole time and stuff. And can you imagine you show up, you're taking photos at this wedding, guys are in their wife beater T-shirts, and everyone's pissed off. You got to deal with that.
I've done hundreds of weddings, and I've done some redneck ones where, yeah, they definitely wore wife beaters. But I've never had one where the bride never got her dress, or the guys were late because of getting stuff, but never like totally didn't have their tuxedos or anything like that. I've had them not have the ring at the altar. I've never had a bride run, like a runaway bride. Never had that happen. They've actually gone through with it. However, I've had them go through with it and then get it annulled within the next week, and they call me and say they don't want the pictures and all that kind of stuff. That has happened. But yeah, craziness all the time.
Really? Mm-hmm. So what do you do in that case? Like you get paid, right? You still get paid.
Yeah, they pay for a service. They're not paying for the pictures. They're paying for our service to go take the pictures. And so the contract states, I mean, even if you don't want the pictures at the end of the day, you paid for my services. So that's just the way it is.
Oh man.
Yeah, so these things happen. I mean, marriage, man. I don't know how you do it. I don't know how anybody does it.
Yeah, the ones that got annulled, you could tell during that whole time, they're like, this is not going to work out. This is not going to last.
Oh yeah, I mean, you can see it, right? It always stems down to like how into it the guy is, and then how much the families are into it, and how big the wedding is, and you can always tell if it's like a girl having her special day and being the princess of the day and all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, the guy is not into it at all, and yeah, you can tell it's not going to work out.
Well, that's a fine look at life.
Yeah, I mean, to each their own. I mean, if you want to do that sort of thing.
Do you still have Snapchat on your phone, by the way?
I do not.
Here's the thing: is I feel like telling like people like that I see like in the wild in real life, and like they've got it on their phone. I'm like, if your spouse has it on their phone, they're probably doing something that you don't want them to do, right? I mean, like that would be the assumption. Is like, why do you have like if like if I have it on my phone and my wife doesn't, it'd be like, well, who am I sending Snapchats to, right?
Exactly.
That would raise the question. It's like I don't feel like with all of the other methods of communication, we've got like the Facebook Messenger, Google Hangouts, email, text messaging, Instagram. I don't need one that's just gonna like poof and vanish like after however many seconds. And the most activity I ever see about Snapchat is when Taco Bell sends people pictures of their tacos. Like this is just a marketing thing, right? He's like, oh, friend Taco Bell on Snapchat. Oh, we're gonna send you a picture of a gordita in the middle of the night, so you're hungry for a gordita. Shit, like I, I could look at pictures of gorditas if I want to.
I mean, it's like taco porn, but no, you're exactly right. Anyone that has Snapchat, they might be using it just to send funny text or pictures and that kind of stuff, but realistically, they're sending stuff. And so let's say you have it and you get a picture from a girl that maybe is explicit of some kind, and you're all excited and you get to look at it for 15 seconds and and you're begging for more. She's probably sending that to other dudes as well because that's why she has Snapchat. If she's willing to send one picture to you, one time only deal, that's not the case. No girl does that. It's not just one time only. And I really find it funny, and I may have personal experience in this, is when you get a picture from someone that, maybe explicit or whatever, and you know that they didn't just take it because,
Yeah.
like you're talking to them, or maybe you saw them online, or maybe you faced or FaceTime with them, and like their hair is a little different, or let's say you're texting them, they're like, yeah, we're out partying right now or something like that, and then they send you a dirty picture of them like at home, and it's clearly their home and that kind of stuff, so it's like an old picture. And you're thinking to yourself, okay, it's the first time you've seen it. So who did they take this picture for originally and send it to, and then they just kept it in their phone, and now they're sending it to me in order to impress me. I find
Well, yeah. Maybe that's their go-to. They feel really good and confident about themselves. Maybe as a picture of them on their wedding day or something, like the people who have their like they've been married for 12 years, they still have their wedding day picture as their profile picture on like various like Facebook and email and whatnot. But yeah, man, I don't know. See, that's the whole thing is like it's completely unnecessary.
what,
I
to
don't,
get pictures or to send
no,
pictures?
no.
Yeah.
The application itself,
Okay.
like
Yeah.
uh, I don't know. My 60-year-old coworker has it on his phone. I was like, what in the hell? Why do you have Snapchat on your phone, man? He's like, oh well, my kids they live out in California, and they said, hey Dad, what? I'm on this all the time. I'll send you pictures. They'll message back and forth. Because that's what they use with their friends and whatnot. So he wants to be in constant communication with his kids. He installed it, and I was like, but don't like your kid sends you a picture. Don't you want to keep that? It's like oh, here's me standing by the beach. Oh, that's a nice picture, son. I'll never see that again. Like what? You would want to keep those, right? Like
Exactly.
what is the purpose? Like storage is you have unlimited storage for free across so many different websites. Why would we ever need to delete any pictures? Aside
And
from the obvious.
that's the whole point. And so, as someone who has a daughter that one day will be old enough to have a phone, and this years down the road because she's so young, but she has Snapchat on her phone. How does that going to make you feel?
Well, who
If
knows,
you,
man?
but if she was grown up right now and had, I mean, in another
There'll be
15
way
years,
worse stuff,
yeah,
15
it'll
years,
just
15,
be
20 years from
instant.
now.
Yeah, I mean, we'll all just be instantly sending each other porn. I mean, the
I
Google
guess.
Glass and all that kind of stuff will just be, we'll have X-ray vision at that point. Google Glass will be able to strip everybody of their clothes, and we'll be able to see everyone naked. So,
Yeah, we'll all be Superman.
yeah. So I don't know. I find it fascinating the whole concept and all that kind of stuff. So, but yeah, I mean, if people out there want to send us their nudie pictures, and Brandon and I can check them out and evaluate them, or the people that have Brandon's email by mistake, if you want to send them some family nudes, that's fine. All he's gonna do is
Or sign me up for like a wedding service or
just
whatever you
know
want to
that
do.
he's going to cancel all your stuff, and just know that I will keep all of your nudie pictures in a file in my Gmail that one day when I die will be sent to somebody to distribute worldwide. So.
See, you are the kind of person that necessitates Snapchat. That's why they made Snapchat for people like you. They're like, oh, I sent a naked picture to this guy. He's a musician. I wanted to get his attention. I don't like him anymore. That's over with. I want those to be done, erased from existence. Oh, okay. Well, I got to make that. So this Snapchat was made because of people like you who keep a folder in their Gmail, and when they die, like it has like a dead trigger so that it sends it to a whole bunch of people and posts it on all kinds of websites. It's because of you.
What can I say? Once it's on the internet, it's out there forever.
It's out there forever. Yeah. Snapchat, jeez.
But see, I'm a photographer, and so I respect the craft of taking pictures. And if anything, I would help critique them to take better pictures. Girls, don't do the ducky face. It's not attractive. Also, don't take a picture from a 45-degree angle unless you're just trying to show the down your shirt. Also, not attractive. If you want to take a good picture, just smile. Or don't put your head in the picture. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Here's a photography tip. Don't use a tiny little square when you've got a better camera than like Ansel Adams had when he was first starting out in your pocket with you at all times, and you're intentionally degrading it and saying, "Oh, I'm gonna put this like little sun strip here and these lens flares and put it out of focus and stuff like that." Like, dude, why? You're a photographer.
Yeah.
That's gotta piss you off.
It's amazing. Like the technology has never been as good as it is this very second in the world. Like our phone, the quality of your phone is better than the cameras I started on, and film cameras and all that kind of stuff. But the point is like, yeah, every app, in Photoshop you can make stuff look amazing and blah blah blah. But it's like, it's really just take a good picture. And but here's a strange fact about me being a photographer. I don't have a single picture hanging in my apartment. I never have. In all the years, all the moving around I've done, I've never had a picture of anybody, not even myself, if you can believe that, hanging in any of my apartments. And I'm a photographer, and it's just like, I don't know what it is. I know exactly why I don't, but as a photographer, it's very strange that I don't hang up pictures and all that. But I mean, pictures are great, but yeah, all the apps to make them look all crazy and change the color and all that kind of stuff. It's just like, just take a good picture, I don't know.
There's one exception to that rule. You did have a picture of us hanging in your office, big 11 by 20 picture, your fingers in my mouth, movie poster last night out.
Well, that was a movie poster, and that was in the production office. So I would have, I had my CD, framed, and the movie posters and all that kind of stuff. But no, as far as like a picture of us like hanging out, I don't ever do that, ever. Not a single one hanging up anywhere. And I barely keep any on my phone. I don't know. Pictures make me sad. There it is. I'm gonna put it out there. The reason why I don't hang up pictures.
Oh my God. You've just
make
blown the door way open onto your psyche. Pictures make you sad. That has such a reflection on your emotional state right now that I can't even approach this topic yet because it is so loaded. Pictures make you sad. Oh my God. A picture of like a puppy on a beach playing with a baby dolphin would make you sad?
No, not at all. No. I have no emotional attachment to that at all.
No, okay. Why do
people
pictures make you sad?
People I know, places I've been, things I've done. When I see that in a picture, it makes me sad because I long for that time of long ago and how much my life changes so fast. When I look at a picture, instantly I'm like, oh, I remember that, and then I get sad because it's like, oh, I want to do that again.
Textbook fear of abandonment because these pictures stay with you after the people are long gone, and it just reminds you of that hurt of them losing your lives. And I got to tell you, man, it's not your fault.
This is why I'm drinking. I'm telling you hit it on the head.
Hey, it's not your fault.
But
no, it's not your fault.
But I just can't hang.
But it's not your. Hey. God damn it, it's not your fault. And the second that you realize that, you're going to be a lot better. Sad because you see photos. Oh my God. Man, that's the most heartbreaking thing I've ever heard you say. A photographer 100%. Who gets depressed looking at photos. Oh my God, that's a vicious cycle.
The irony is I take lots of pictures and I do it for people I meet once or twice in my life and I never see them again. No problems, take their pictures and all that because it's just a job. But do I hang up pictures of friends and family and things I've done? Nope. I don't do it. Don't do it at all.
Oh my God, man. This is a cry for help. I feel like this is a cry for help, if anything. You're starting to drink. You're worried about, getting another year older pretty soon. And you're saying, well, I don't like looking at photographs because they make me sad. My goodness, this is like Maury Povich kind of drama here. This is like You're you're on 2020, and we're figuring out what happened before you went crazy and like I won't say killed a bunch of people, but that's what I was thinking.
Jesus Christ. I'm not that upset about it. Jesus.
It's like when they interview me, like, was there any signs or anything? Well, no, he's like a really nice, outgoing guy, but he did say that photographs of people make him sad because the photographs will never live up to the times. And then he started drinking really heavily. I don't know, but he did say that I could have his recording equipment when he passed. So if you could find a way to get that to me, that would be appreciated. But
And,
man,
and by the way, there's probably a folder of a bunch of naked pictures of people somewhere on the internet. Yeah, you might want to find that.
perfect. Oh man, wow,
Yeah.
uncovered a lot of
Now,
truths.
you single-handedly made me regret having that drink, and I probably will stop drinking again for another 5 months.
I've done my job then because I may have just saved your life and a bunch of people's life down at the supermarket.
Wow. Wow.
Wow.
Well, I'm speechless.
Oh wow. Hey, oh, tip of the day? You want a tip of the day? Okay, all
Yeah,
right.
let's
All right.
go for it.
Sounds like that part of the show. Okay. So I was listening to the this podcast with Jim Rash. He's an Oscar award winning writer. He's also played the dean on Community. Really good podcast. This is a funny guy. Really good at improv. He said one thing that kind of stuck with me, like especially right now when I'm, trying to work out this script idea that, that we have. I'm trying to write it, and I'm just stuck. I can't. I've got, a bunch of chunks. I can't progress anything. And what he said was, you got to take 20 minutes of your day. You can afford 20 minutes easily every single day, and write. Nonstop, no filter, no stopping, no thinking, just write. Even if it's garbage, even if it's I hate this, this is stupid, I don't want to be writing right now. For 20 minutes straight, no music, no TV, anything like that, and you'll have 20 minutes of writing, and then extrapolate that over a week, and then a month. You've had a whole bunch of stuff that you've written down. It may not be all good, but there's going to be some elements of truth there. Some things, this is just something to get you through the blockage of being stuck creatively. Another thing that he said was, some people will go do an errand. If they gotta go to the dry cleaner, if they got to, go grocery shopping, whatever, that allows them to take the pressure off themselves. And as soon as they let their mind at ease and they're focusing on something else, it's like, you can't find your keys. As soon as you look for something else, you're gonna find your keys. Well, that will free up your mind because you get stuck in a rut and you get kind of you can't do anything. So by distracting yourself, by doing just a really simple task, it will give you a bunch of ideas to come back to, and then and then spark that again. But 20 minutes, I think I'm gonna try this because I don't know. I don't know where to go. I'm at a point where I've gotten down all my ideas that were in my head, and I just need to take it to that next step. Okay, now what? Now how do we resolve this? How do we get this into the third act here? So 20 minutes of writing, and maybe we're gonna get something out of it. If not, we've got. It's always easier to look at a bunch of stuff and trim stuff out. No, that's no good. Hey, this kind of works, and go from there. It's easier to have an outline to start from than it is to just make it perfect in your head and then write it out as you go. So that's my tip of the day. 20 minutes of nonstop writing and see what happens. Try that. You should try that too, man. You can afford 20 minutes, right? In between your benders. No, you don't want.
Oh, you're asking me a question? Oh,
Yeah.
shit, you lost me. You lost me.
Oh, are you saying your next
6 minutes
is a
into that
grasshopper?
rant.
Oh. Yeah.
All right, so the tip
Man.
of the day is to spend 20 minutes either writing or doing something to distract yourself from the
Maybe if I
task at
wrote that
hand.
in a Snapchat and sent it to you and then it disappeared, it would have stuck in your head more permanently.
Maybe it would
Cocksucker.
have. It was a good
son of a
kit.
gun.
So
Yeah.
tip for
I'll
all you
I'll make
writers
sure there's
or
no
anything out
pictures in
there.
it though, so you don't get too sad.
Oh yes, attack my vulnerable side. That's very classy of you as my therapist. I
My,
appreciate that.
hey,
So.
not paying me.
All right. Well, hey, it's been a good episode. I'm gonna go cry myself to sleep now, looking at old pictures of us when we were younger, and count the days until I turn 35.
Yeah, man, you got 5 more sunsets until that happens, so just have at it, man. Have a
God,
good cry. Let it all
God,
out.
goddamn depressing.
Go through Facebook, look at all the old girlfriends' photo galleries, and look at the pictures of you with them, and then look at the pictures of them with their, their new, the new love in their lives, and
I'm just gonna go find
get
all the
sad.
ones that got married right after me that are now divorced, so I can feel better about myself.
Well, yeah, that's like the opposite of that Dane Cook movie where he, like everyone he dated, like the very next person they met, they married, and so like everyone that you date, they like get married really like quickly, without thinking all the way through, and then they get divorced. There's the sequel to Good Luck Chuck. There's Good Luck Josh.
Yes. Well, on that note, you want to end the show, Brandon, since you started it?
Yeah, man. I just want to say thank you for watching episode 23. We'll be here next time after Josh has crossed the paths with the sun again on the trip around the moon, or I don't know. What do you say? Trips around the sun?
Trip around the sun. Yes.
Yeah.
Another revolution around the sun. A year older.
That's right, man. So, okay. Until next time, I'm Brandon. That is Josh. Follow us online if you like Dirty's 30s show, something or other. I don't.
And hi to all of our fans in India. We'll be seeing you soon, apparently.
Oh yeah, yeah. We love all the fans in India.
Yes.
So, uh,
So as the last show in my as a 34-year-old, it's been real. It's been fun, and I'll see you all when I'm one step closer to 40.